From an industry perspective, what we've always said is that if there are issues around shadow flicker, and to be clear, there can be issues around shadow flicker, but to be very clear, those issues can be mitigated against, and they're in an extremely small number of cases, both in Ireland and internationally. Secondly, in terms of noise, we would feel that the current noise guidelines are fit for purpose in terms of being benchmarked against international best practice. And in terms of separation distance, the current guidelines outline 500 metres as a guidance in terms of separation distance. Again, we would see that is fit for purpose, and has provided an appropriate level of wind energy development over the last number of years, and also is in harmony with what has been done right throughout Europe. In terms of the overall target, the 16% target, very, very clearly, and I'm quite assured of this, the 16% target is under threat at the moment. And as I've mentioned, that target is made up of 40% of renewable electricity, which we're halfway towards. I'd be broadly confident that we, with the right support, that we can meet that target. Renewable transport is less than halfway towards meeting its target, but there's no significant plan to bring it to its target deadline, and the same with renewable heat. So the issue for Ireland is, for each percentage point that we fail to meet that 16% target, Ireland is on the hook for potential fines. And those fines can be in the region of anything from 150 million to 250 million. However, there are choices that Ireland can make, and the difference between renewable heat, renewable transport and renewable electricity is that there are options where you can rapidly, and maybe not rapidly, but in a planned and a coordinated way, you could ramp up the deployment of renewable sources, and in an ideal way onshore wind, to plug that potential 3% gap that we believe will exist in the next number of years. When you look at it through the lens of what has happened in 20 years versus what needs to happen over the next 5 years, the renewable electricity target is achievable if the right level of support and policy certainty continues to be put in place. And certainly some of the steps that have been taken by the Irish government and stakeholders in the industry over the last number of years sees the industry set to deliver about 2.9 billion of investment over the next 3 years. So there will be a seismic shift in delivery of onshore wind farms over the next 3 years. In fact, we know from analysis that we've done that there will be more wind projects, or there can be more wind projects delivered in the next 3 years than has been delivered in the last 10 years combined. So the industry is in good health, but like every industry, it needs to continue to have that support, whether that support be from key stakeholders, policymakers, and also local communities. IWEA is aware that, along with the Facebooks and Apples that have been announced this year, that there will be between now and 2020 an 18% increase in the electricity demand in Ireland that will come solely from data centres. We know that about 900 megawatts of data centre demand is likely to come to Ireland over the next number of years from a range of global ICT companies. That demand requires and wants to be met by renewable sources, and the cheapest and most abundant renewable resource to match that demand is Irish onshore wind.